Yo, what's good everyone? Today I'm going to be breaking down some of my favorite NHL DFS plays for this Monday, November 20th slate. And we had ourselves 7 games here tonight where I'm going to go through a couple of my favorite line stacks, some of my favorite individual plays, and then we'll wrap up the video with 3 low-priced options or sub 4K forward plays. With that being said, let's dive right into this. And we're going to kick things off here by breaking down the 7 games that we have here tonight. Going to highlight the money lines and over-unders. First set of games that we got there is the Bruins at Lightning, Oilers at Panthers, Avalanche at Predators. They got the Rangers taking on the Dallas Stars. And then the next set of games here, we got the Los Angeles Kings taking on the Arizona Coyotes, Sharks at Canucks, and the Flames at the Kraken. And then here's a schedule update for this week. We got an NHL DFS video coming out today and Wednesday, but no hockey games for the NHL on Tuesday and Thursday of this week. As you all know, I do my NFL DFS breakdowns on Friday and Saturday. And then one thing to note, starting this Sunday, I will be on vacation for a week. You can see in the notes there on the right-hand side, I will not be making content while on vacation, but plan to make some updates in the Discord channel. If you have not joined that yet, it is completely free to do so. There's a link in the description below on this video, or just leave me a comment on this video and I'm happy to send you an invite. With all that said, let's dive into a couple of line stacks that I like here for tonight, starting with that first line for the Los Angeles Kings. We got Anze Kopitar centering Adrian Kempe and Quinton Byfield. Pretty affordable considering the upside they offer, and a good matchup on the road tonight against the Arizona Coyotes. And this line has been solid together all year long. They actually rank top 15 across the entire NHL in both expected goals and Corsi percentage as a line, so puck possession has been in their favor for most of the season, and all 3 of these guys have been getting on the score sheet on a regular basis. All 3 have actually had points here in 9 of their last 11 games, and Kempe and Byfield themselves have points in 10 of their last 11, combining for 15 goals, 24 assists, 39 points during that 11-game stretch. Now you're going to see Kempe and Kopitar play up on the Kings' #1 power play, and Byfield plays down on their #2 power play. And then another line stack that I like here tonight is that first line for the Florida Panthers. No Alexander Barkov in this game here tonight, so we're going to see Anton Lundell, setter Carter Verhaeghe, and Sam Reinhart. Matchup at home here against the Edmonton Oilers, which definitely has some shootout potential. As you guys saw earlier, this has an implied total of 7 goals. That's the highest here on this 7-game slate tonight. Now, Reinhart and Verhaeghe are playing really good hockey right now. The two have combined for 9 goals, 11 assists, 20 points in their last 7 games, essentially averaging 3 points per game, and you're going to see both of those guys play up on the Panthers' #1 power play tonight. And then Lundell, being that he's replacing Barkov up on that first line, I love the opportunity he's getting between Verhaeghe and Reinhart. He's very affordable tonight as well, obviously, and he's going to get time on that #2 power play. Now, folks, before we dive into some of my favorite individual plays here, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. I got hockey content coming out for you guys all year long, and we're trying to get Sly Dog Sports here to 4,000 subs by the end of the year. If you haven't subbed yet and you can do so here today, again, I would really appreciate that. Alright, now diving into some of these individual plays here, we're going to kick it off at the forward position. First guy that I'm going to highlight here is Elias Pettersson of the Vancouver Canucks, priced at $8,400 here tonight in a great matchup at home against the San Jose Sharks. Honestly, just a great spot in general to target the Canucks. That's probably going to be a popular strategy on this 7-game slate, but rightfully so. The Sharks team, as we all know, has been abysmal all year long, allowing 4.24 goals per game. That's the most in the NHL, and they have the league's 4th worst penalty kill, just hitting at a 71.5% rate. Now, actually, if you look at the statistics on NHL.com right now, you're going to see Pettersson, JT Miller, and Quinn Hughes all at the top, tied for first with 28 points. Like I said, we can't go wrong with the Canucks here tonight, but PD himself been playing really good all year long, up on their first line and #1 power play. The next guy I got on my list here then is Brad Marchand of the Boston Bruins, priced at $6,900 tonight on the road against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Another guy who's been solid all year long, points in 13 to 16 games, where Marchand has racked up 7 goals, 11 assists, 18 points, over a point per game so far this year, and he actually leads this Bruins team and is 5th in the NHL in expected goals at 9, so believe it or not, there might be some positive regression coming his way in the goal department, while playing up on the Bruins' first line in #1 power play, which has been on fire really all year long, but especially as of late, scoring at a 40% rate in their last 5 games, and Tampa Bay, they just continue to to allow goals without Andrei Vasilevsky, having allowed 4 goals per game here now in their last 5 games. Now, one guy who continues to be a great opportunity play, especially considering his price really hasn't changed here in the upper 4K range, low 5K range, is Valeri Nichushkin of the Colorado Avalanche. Now, he's priced at $5,300 tonight on the road against the Predators. And again, just a great opportunity right now with him playing up on that first line with Nathan MacKinnon and Mikko Rantanen. And he's also playing up on that Avs #1 power play. Been good here as of late with 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 points in his last 6 games. And the Predators really struggling right now defensively, having allowed 4.40 goals per game in their last 5. And then another opportunity play that I like here in the low 5K range here tonight is Ryan Nugent-Hopkins of the Edmonton Oilers, priced at $5,200 in this matchup against the Florida Panthers, which again definitely has some shootout, high scoring potential tonight. Now he's playing up on that first line right now with Connor McDavid, playing on the Oilers' #1 power play, and he's been solid so far this year with 3 goals, 10 assists, 13 points in 16 games. But considering the high scoring potential in this game tonight, I think it's a game that we can target in general, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is one of those guys who can go for 30 plus DraftKings points. That's basically 6x value at this current price. And then dipping into the 4K range of forwards here, I liked Eeli Tolvanen of the Seattle Kraken, priced right at $4,000 in a matchup at home against the Calgary Flames. After having just 2 assists in his first 8 games, he's really started to turn it on here as of late, putting up 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points in his last 11 games. I also really like the way he's been shooting the puck as of late, 29 shots on goal during that 11-game stretch, and he's 3rd on this Kraken team in shot attempts, while playing on their 3rd line and #1 power play. Now, moving over here to the defensemen, and I once again want to mention that Quinn Hughes and Cale Makar are on this slate in the 7K range. If you want to go that route, I have no problem with that. Both those guys have such tremendous upside night in and night out. Hard not to talk about them. But the first one that I'm going to highlight here is Evan Bouchard, priced at $6,400, again playing the Florida Panthers. And he's been great for the Oilers all year long. 4 goals, 12 assists, 16 points in 16 games. He actually leads this Oilers team in shots on goal as well. He's tied with Draisaitl with 52, but needless to say, he has not been afraid to shoot the puck. 2nd on this team in shot attempts with 99, and it just makes sense to stack him up with forwards on that Oilers #1 power play. I kind of like 2 different approaches here. You could go with McDavid, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Bouch, or you could go with Draisaitl, Hyman, and Bouchard here. Either of those options makes sense to me. Now, on the other side of that game, I also like Brandon Montour of the Florida Panthers, priced at $5,200 here tonight. And yeah, he did just return from IR last game, but he already logged 24 minutes in that game, so ice time doesn't look like it's going to be an issue while playing up on that Panthers #1 power play. And it's probably going to take him a game or 2 to kind of get his bearings back, especially on the offensive side of things. But this might be the cheapest we kind of get him all year long. Someone who floated in that 6 to 7K range all of last year, coming off of a career year where he had 16 goals, 57 assists, 73 points in 80 games. Now, if we're looking to save some money at the defenseman position here tonight, I like Devon Toews here, the Colorado Avalanche, priced at $4,000 in a matchup against the Predators. Again, I talked about this last week. He started off the season slow in terms of fantasy scoring, but he's really kind of found his game here as of late. I put a mini heater, as you can see, 1 goal, 5 assists, 6 points in his last 5 games, but more importantly, hitting 15 plus DraftKings points in 4 of his last 5. Definitely someone who can rack up DraftKings points in a number of different ways. 15 plus DraftKings points at a price here, $4,000. That's meaning almost 4x value, and he's a guy who plays big minutes for this Avalanche team, 23 minutes per game on their #2 power play and the penalty kill. And then a defenseman play that I like here in the 3K range tonight is Hampus Lindholm of the Boston Bruins, priced at $3,400, and he actually has a very similar role to Devon Toews, who I just highlighted for the Avalanche. He's basically #2 on this team when it comes to defense, behind Charlie McAvoy, but that's still a pretty solid spot on this Bruins team. Someone who logs 24 minutes per game, playing on their #2 power play, and playing big minutes on the penalty kill. And then I got a couple of goaltenders here for you guys, and I do want to mention, I think we can target that game between the Rangers and Dallas in general, whether you want to go with Shesterkin of the Rangers or Ottinger of the Dallas Stars. That has the lowest implied total on this slate here tonight at 5.5 goals. And then Linus Ullmark of the Boston Bruins, I wouldn't be afraid to go that route either, but I'm going to highlight Cam Talbot here of the Los Angeles Kings, priced at $8,100 on the road against the Coyotes. He has been terrific in LA so far this year with a 9-3-1 record. .900, save percentage of .930, and a goals allowed average of 2.02. Really solid numbers there. And he's actually 5th in the NHL right now in goals save above expected at 8.2. Plus, the Kings are favored on the road here tonight against the Coyotes with a money line of -155. And then if I'm looking for a cheap goaltender here tonight, only tournament type of goaltender that has some boom-bust upside, it's Juuse Saros for me of the Nashville Predators, priced at $7,100 in a matchup at home against the Colorado Avalanche, which is obviously a tough matchup, but if he's on his game here tonight, he is a guy who could see 35-plus shots in this game, as the Avalanche are second in the NHL, averaging 34.2 shots on net per game. And look, Saros has not been great so far this year, but we know the upside is there. He's truly been one of the best goaltenders in the NHL for a few years now, and actually finished in the top 6 of Vezina Trophy finalists over the last 3 years. And as always, going to wrap up this video here with 3 low-priced options or sub-4K forward plays. First guy that I got here is Connor Zary of the Calgary Flames. Might be the last time we get him in the 3K range, priced at $3,900, and the rookie has been solid this year. 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points in 8 games, while playing on the Flames' second line and number 1 power play. The next guy I got here then is Ross Colton of the Colorado Avalanche. Plays on their third line and number 2 power play, but has found his scoring touch here as of late, with 4 goals, 1 assist, 5 points in his last 6 games. Someone who plays around 14 minutes per night and has now hit 10-plus Draftkings points in 5 of his last 6. And then the last guy that I got there is Gustav Nyquist of the Nashville Predators, who's getting some solid opportunity right now up on their first line and number 1 power play, and he scored 1 goal, 5 assists, 6 points in his last 6 games. Alright everyone, that is going to wrap up this video here for today. As always, thank y'all for taking the time out of your day to watch the content here on this channel. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Let's have ourselves a great day here, folks. Let's win some money on this 7-game slate. And in the meantime, I'm out of here.